A quick video to explain how to do the additional practice problems. So if you want to try these first and then watch the answers or pause as you go. But here we go on the first one. So it says, without using your calculator, find the vertex, the x-intercept, and the y-intercept. So I'm going to start by finding the vertex. I know to find the x value, I want to use negative b over 2a. In this case, b is 13 and a is 1. So negative 13 over 2 times 1 is negative 6.5. And then to find the y value of the vertex, we want to do f of negative 6.5. So I would probably use my calculator for this part. Negative 6.5 squared plus 13 times negative 6.5 plus 36. If you put that in your calculator, you're going to get negative 6.25. Okay, so we have both parts of our vertex, and I want to write that as a point because it's an ordered pair. Okay, I know that my parabola is going to open up because my a value is positive. So I can already start thinking about what this graph is going to look like. So my vertex is at right around here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So right around here is my vertex. Okay, now to find the x-intercept, you want to set y equal to 0, so f of x is 0. Oops. So 0 equals x squared plus 13x plus 36. And the way we know how to solve this is by factoring. So I'm going to factor this. I know I need x and x, and I need numbers that multiply to 36 and add to 13. Those numbers are going to be 9 and 4. Okay, and I want to think about what would make each of these equal to 0. Alright, so the first parenthesis would be 0 when x is negative 9. The second parenthesis would be 0 when x is negative 4. So those are my intercepts, negative 4 and 7, 8, 9. Alright, and you can already tell by looking at this that your y-intercept is going to be way up here somewhere. Move down, let's see, do we have any more room? Barely. The y-intercept is when x equals 0. So you just want to put 0 in. So 0 squared plus 13 times 0 plus 36 is 36. So my y-intercept is going to be 0, 36, which I'm not even going to put in the graph because it isn't going to fit. Okay, let's look at b. So f of x equals 2x squared minus 2x plus 50. Your vertex is negative b over 2 times a, and 20 divided by 4 is 5. And then when I put 5 in on my calculator, I find out that I get 0, which means 5, 0 is special because it's right on the x-axis. Okay, that means that my parabola just touches the x-axis at 5, 0 and then goes back up like this, meaning that my x-intercept is also 5, 0. That's the one spot it touches the x-axis. And my y-intercept, put 0 in for x, and I get 50. Okay, so this parabola is going to cross the y-axis way up at 50. All right. Okay, f of x equals negative x squared plus 5x plus 14. So right away that negative sign means my parabola is going to open down. My vertex is x equals negative b over 2 times a. So that's going to be positive 2.5. All right, and then on my calculator, f of 2.5 gives me 20.25. So my vertex is 2.5, 20.25. Okay, my x-intercept all right, I'm going to set y equal to 0. Anytime I'm factoring, I want my a term to be positive. So I'm going to factor a negative 1 out of this. That's going to change all of the signs to the opposite. Okay, if I were to distribute this negative 1 again, I would get what I started with. Okay, so these two are equivalent. And now I'm going to factor what's in here. So I have this negative 1 up front. And then I have x and x numbers that multiply to negative 14 and add to negative 5 are going to be minus 7 plus 2. Okay, this one will be 0 when x is 7. This one will be 0 when x is negative 2. Those are my two intercepts. And then my y-intercept is going to be 0, 14. All right, so let's see, where do I have room to draw this thing? All right, so 2, oops, 2, and then way up 20. Okay, and then my intercepts are at 7 and negative 2. And then, oops, not a very good parabola. All right, it should open down like this. Okay, and then one last problem. All right, 2x squared minus 4x plus 16. Vertex, negative b over 2 times a is negative 1. F of 1, oh sorry, negative 1. F of negative 1 is going to give me 18 when I do it on my calculator. So my vertex is negative 1, 18. My x-intercept, set y equal to 0. Okay, I want my a term to be 1, and notice all these coefficients are even, so I can factor a 2 out as well. That's just going to make it easier to factor. So negative 2 times x squared would give me 2x squared. Negative 2 times 2x would give me the negative 4x. And negative 2 times negative 8 would give me positive 16. All right, and then this is going to be a lot easier to factor. So I know I need x and x. And then I need a plus 4 and a minus 2. Okay, that will be 0 when x is negative 4. This one will be 0 when x is 2. All right, so my x-intercepts are negative 4 and 2. Y-intercept is going to be 0, 16. Right, so we want to sketch this. My vertex is at -118. Okay, my intercepts are at 2 and -4. My parabola looks kind of like this. And that's it.